Hello, Feel Good friends. My name is Kevin Dibb. I'm going to be a junior at UC Santa Barbara out in California. I've been involved with Feel Good since my freshman year. This past year I was treasurer, so I'm going to give you some tips on that role. Started off with, basically my job entails securing a grant from the university at the beginning of a year to fund all of our activities, keeping track of our budget, how much money we raise, and who needs to be reimbursed for how much, reporting our financial situation to Feel Good headquarters, so kind of how much we've raised, how much we spend on what, etc. Reimbursing our club members, making sure that we get money from the university and then writing them checks and everything like that. And finally, managing large purchases such as like t-shirts or like sweater orders, things that like can add up to like $700, $800 at a time. So I got 5 questions I'm going to answer for you. First, what do you wish you'd known when you started your position? One thing is definitely making sure you make copies of receipts before you give them away to the university. Most universities, to get reimbursed, you're going to have to show them proof of purchase, so that's going to be obviously a receipt. And if you give them all of that before you have like an exact amount of who gets how much money, then you'll get a lump sum check back from the university and be like, oh wait, like who gets what and how much I have to give to them, and then I can kind of add to awkward situations where people didn't get the amount that they think they should have, etc. So make sure you have a very detailed record of who needs to get what before you give away all of your proof. Secondly, reimbursement. In my experience, it's been easiest if I just buy things myself. This is kind of why I do the large purchases. So if I just put like a t-shirt order on my credit card or something, then I like know for sure that like I'll get the reimbursement check, and that way it's not someone else in the club who kind of puts themselves out there financially without kind of like being doubtful about how quickly they'll get reimbursed. That way, like I know for sure I'll do it when I can do it. So that's one thing to know beforehand. When thinking about how to create a strong and sustainable chapter, what are some things I like to keep in mind throughout the year? One is maintaining faith, like my club members' faith in my job and like my position, and like knowing that they can like trust me. Because we do have some money in my personal account, and all reimbursement checks get written to me personally. Because they were university, at least at UC Santa Barbara, they won't write multiple checks; they'll just write one. So doing things like always reimbursing people as quickly as possible for the full amount that they need really keeps people like trusting you, and that way they're not like doubtful and they're like reluctant to spend money on the club in the future. It's one thing you definitely need to do, be responsible and really accurate timekeeping. Second, when thinking about what should a treasurer start planning early for, really big events. So if you do like a banquet or those kind of things, those are going to take a lot more time and a lot more money, obviously. So get people buying the things early and getting their receipts in early. That way you can reimburse them on time. My system for keeping track, I use Excel. I have sheets for all kinds of things. So one just for the money that's in my personal account. That way I always know how much money is mine, how much is the club's. A sheet for how much money we raise per quarter, so I know how much to report at the end of the quarter. And for reimbursements, I have like someone's name, when they bought something, what they bought, and how much that was, with like a lump total, so that when I submit receipts, I know how much to write them a check for at the end. And how can a Feel Good treasurer become a reporting expert? So having really good Excel sheets and things like that allows you to know how much money you're spending on what, how profitable you are, what items are your most profitable sandwiches. All those kinds of things are really important, and can kind of show themselves from accurate data sheets. And yeah, one challenge that I faced and how I overcame it was the first time I did receipts. I kind of messed that up and didn't actually have how much money each person should get. So I had to like ask everyone how much they thought they should get, and it's kind of awkward because it's not like, oh, you get $45, you get 60, she gets 75. It's kind of like a lot more like who gets what, whatever. So what I did to overcome it was I just trusted the club members basically, and it all worked out okay. So yeah, good luck, and yeah, bye.